What's going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck here again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As you all can see, the title of this video, it is a very, very important topic that we need to discuss here. Shout out to Black Anonymous for sending me a couple video clips that I am going to check out. This is regarding the Prince of Pan Crust Pizza's horrible pattern of behavior of doxing and intimidation and threatening to dox, and also encouraging his cult-based followers to actually go out and, in his words, find someone. Oh, because he doesn't like words. Oh, because he thinks that he's the only one that has freedom of speech. That is not how it works. And if nothing else, it's imperative that we understand, freedom of speech and expression does have boundaries. You don't get to defame and slander without consequence, but it should never lead to someone's life being put in harm's way, especially when he is inciting his base to do it and he's too much of a coward to do it himself. Because if he breaks the law, then he should be held accountable for it, right? But we all know he's a coward. So to have anyone set up to do what's basically illegal, between doxing and stalking and harassment, when there's an intent to do that, when you're telling people to do that, that's not an accident. That is purposeful and that's intentional. So we're going to check out the two videos. And then I'm going to show some legal background information on stalking and cyber harassment and bullying under federal penal codes. And I'm going to, hopefully you guys can take that and learn and know your rights. Know what you should and should not have to deal with and tolerate, all because a wannabe cult leader is a man baby child throwing a tantrum because he doesn't like the truth being put out about the fact that he's never going to open a school. So let's get to it. I want to thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the Lady Luck Club. We are growing. I am trying to get to 30,000 supporters by the end of September. Today is September 13th. So, we have a good 17 more days to hit our target of 30,000 supporters. I know it can be done. And I just want to thank you guys for the support you've given me here so far. It is an honor. There are over 1 billion users on YouTube, but you guys choose to rock out with me, and I just cannot be more grateful and appreciative for that. So let's get to it. The things that he does is just baffles. It baffles my mind. So the first video I want to show is this video, and I want to make sure I have both of them in the order. Okay. So this video is on Black Anonymous YouTube channel. So once again, shout out to her. I want to thank her for sending over these videos. So I can speak on this because I think it's extraordinarily dangerous. I'm already subscribed and I just gave it a thumbs up. But I think it's extraordinarily dangerous to have, this type of behavior going on and encouraging others to do this. So let's get to it. You guys, let me know what you think in the comment section as well. And we'll go to the next video right after this because this one is relatively short.
Boy Romro, where that boy Romro at? Where he at? What's good, black man?
What's up with you, G?
Chilling, man. Where you at in the world?
Kansas City.
Was that Kansas City?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you his address. All right. He'll download Booty Bandit. I need you to go get at him.
What?
He be stalking and he'll download, but he married with kids, but he like, man, I'm gonna send you his address. I need you to get at him. But anyway, bro, what's going on down in KC with our people?
This is crazy. Oh my God. So what we just saw, he literally told this young man.
Boy Romro, where that boy Romro at? Where he at?
He's gonna give away an address.
What's good, black man?
What's up with you, G?
Chilling, man. Where you at in the world?
Kansas City.
Was that Kansas City?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you his address. All right. Here.
I'm gonna give you his address. Now, I can only assume that he's referring to Lynn and Honor, because that's the only one he really, as far as a man. We all know Umar goes after women because he's a coward. But that's the only man that he's really gone after. I mean, and I'm talking about, trying to retaliate and be vindictive towards, because Lynn and Honor has exposed him with documentation and evidence. How does he think this would fare well in court? And I am going to go over the lawsuit that he tried to file against Lynn and Honor. I am going to go over that lawsuit. It was a federal lawsuit, so I'll be able to get the documents out of Payson. This is ridiculous for him to even be so stupid to do this in a video. And then you have this young man below, who could be charged with the intent to, stalk someone. And that ends up ruining his life and record. And you think that the Prince of Pan Crust Pizza will bail you out of jail, boy? No, he's just gonna leave you in there and then pretend like you two never met, and then try to deny that this is him in the video. Because he doesn't care about anyone else. He just only cares about himself. This is disgusting.
Download Booty Bandit. I need you to go get at him. He be stalking and he a download, but he married with kids, but he like, man, I'm gonna send you his address. I need you to get at him.
That's slander. You're saying that he like men, he's got a wife and children. So you're saying that to attack his character and to be defamatory. That is absolutely false. And Lynn and Honor has denied that several times. But it's that reckless disregard for the truth that makes it even more egregious. And then that he has a wife and children. Why would you want to give away his address to anyone? Why would you want to send some kid like this after getting in a video? How is this supposed to be threatening? All this does is say, hey, now I'm going to report you to the authorities because you're planning this. You talking about you want to give away somebody's address. If nothing else, I don't think Lynn and Honor was more so scared at this. This wasn't going to be a deterrent, but it gave him some evidence to use if he wanted to ever, go there, if he has already. This is absurd.
But anyway, bro, what's going on down in KC with our people? What's going on with KC?
Try to dismiss it. This is the second video here that Black Anonymous sent me. I want to make sure I get a thumbs up. All right, let's get back to it.
Martin Luther King Jr. And I'm a little upset this morning. I'm going to tell you why. I was supposed to go and speak to the brothers at Fulton County Prison today. And I got a call saying that the administration canceled my visit because of phone calls from Negroes, coons, who begged them not to allow me to speak and uplift the spirits of Black men locked down in the dungeons of Atlanta prison system. We know who these people were. Y'all watch their pages on YouTube. They are degenerates, okay, who don't care about the best interests of Black people. And they contacted the Fulton County Jail and begged them to cancel my visit. I've spoken in prisons all across this country. I've spoken in prisons all across the world. I've spoken in prisons all across this country. I've spoken in prisons all across the world. And this is the first time ever that a prison decided to cancel my visit because of random phone calls they got from Negroes on YouTube. An absolute shame. And I'm even more devastated because I was told that the inmates are upset. I was told that those brothers was looking forward to coming and hearing Dr. Umar today, and they are hurt because they've been waiting on this. We planned this months ago. Brothers and sisters. We planned this months ago. Those brothers were looking forward to seeing me. I wasn't coming to talk about no LBGT. I wasn't coming to talk about white folks. I wanted to give them a strong, motivational, inspirational, and a spiritual message. That's what I wanted to do today. And I apologize to my brothers in Fulton County Prison. I apologize, but it's not over. The brothers are still trying to work to get me out there, either Sunday or Monday. Of course, I got my brother Stan's wedding tomorrow, and then I speak Sunday, Atlanta. I'm here. Come on out Sunday, day after tomorrow, 4 o'clock at the Aminola Afro Center.
This video must be older because he's talking about going to his brother's wedding. Now he doesn't even want his siblings to see their own mother. And he's isolated his mother away from the rest of her children that she gave birth to, that he does not have any control over or dictate. Perhaps if you weren't such a con artist, then people would feel more compelled to allow you to speak. But this is what happens when we allow people to get away with saying rhetoric that sounds good, but yet they don't live up to it. And then to see a video where you're giving out someone's address to have someone go to their home, not caring about their wife and children, all because you don't like the actual evidence being released about you. That's the disturbing part. You don't get to stifle the free speech of others either. So if he felt that Lennon Honor was saying something that was provably false, then why didn't he win the lawsuit he tried to file against him? That's the question. So this is nothing more than just, the gaslighting in this and wanting to play this victim when he doesn't do anything to speak on the issues that he creates for himself. You can't go around doxing people and giving out addresses to your cult base and then expect a prison system to want to be correlated or connected to you and allow you to come in and speak. That's something you should be trying to earn, not thinking that it's just supposed to be automatically granted to you. The arrogance of it all.
Griot Museum, 337 Dargan Place. Get your tickets at drumarjohnson.com. Again, I'm in Atlanta speaking this Sunday, 337 Dargan Place at the Afrocentric Griot Museum. Doors
absolutely arrogant.
Free. County Prison. Sorry, brothers. I intended to come. I was in the car. I was on my way to go speak to my brothers. And then all of a sudden, I get this phone call saying, prison said you can't come in today, Doc. But we're still working on it. We're still working on it. But this is why I hold y'all responsible, because y'all share that negativity. Some of y'all thrive on that negativity. That certain female on YouTube, I need y'all to shut her down. I want her mouth closed permanently.
What?
I want her mouth closed permanently because I have no doubt that she.
See, this is why you don't get to speak anywhere. Look at this. Okay, now I got to put on the caption. This is insane. Shut her down permanently, meaning how? Murder? Is he implying murder?
But this is why I hold y'all responsible, because y'all share that negativity. Some of y'all thrive on that negativity. That certain female on YouTube, I need y'all to shut her down. I want her mouth closed permanently. I want her mouth closed permanently because I have
that mean?
No doubt that she had a role in this, and also that coon from Kansas City, so-called Reverend. Okay, y'all need to shut him down too. But our brothers, I'm hurt, not because I couldn't go, but they were looking forward to seeing me. It's hard being in prison. All of our black men locked down in the dungeons of America, they were looking forward to seeing.
But you sitting here talking about you want someone shut down permanently. How do you think those prisoners would take that? The most hardcore ardent prisoner could go and rob for 30 years. But what they will do is beat your ass if you go to prison and they find out that you did something to a female or a child or the elderly. So how do you think they will take this if they were to ever see this and get wind that you're talking about having a female shut down permanently? How do you think that would go for you walking into a prison with men where they, live by this creed? That wouldn't fare well for you, Prince of Pan Crust Pizza. The audacity in this is deplorable.
In me, and now they won't see me. Now they won't see me because jealousy, envy, and self-hate.
No one wants
jealousy,
to see you.
Envy, and self-hate. And now, because of jealousy, envy,
he hates himself. He hates black women. I just think he hates anything that represents blackness. But yet, this is what he purports out on, public platforms, because he knows that people are going to buy it. It tugs at the heartstrings. The way he speaks is almost like a televangelist, fake wannabe preacher. And then he just repeats the same old rhetoric over and over and over and over again. while people are still hitting up his Cash App and his PayPal. He's the one that self-hates. And then for him to have this con man's mask on, it's like a whole persona here. But anyone that knows him in real life, and outside of what he does on the stunts he put on public, platforms, they say he's nowhere near that. He's nowhere near the message that he allegedly teaches. He doesn't live up to it. Who in the world will be jealous and envious of him? When you're implying someone's jealous and envious, you're saying that I want the good that I see, but not thinking about the bad that comes with it. This man does not like black women. He doesn't like himself. He has completely alienated himself from his own 3 children. It's 3 children, I would hope, I think. His own 3 children, so he's a deadbeat father. And then when one of the daughters try to reach out to him to establish some sort of rapport, as an adult, he still pushes her away, talking about he wants to meet with her and her mother. Her mother has nothing to do with that. She's a grown woman. Who in the world would want to be like that? Child, please. You better tend to your animal intestines in your Ziploc bag.
And self-hate, they won't get to see your brother. A damn shame. An absolute damn shame. Doesn't make any sense. But we're going to stay positive. I'm at the gravesite of the good Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who's a hero of mine. He's an inspiration of mine. I'm out here. I'm going to pour my libations at his grave.
Okay, rolling over
here. Over to the Center for Nonviolence. I love to come here. This is like a mecca for me. As you know, I was in Selma last weekend, Atlanta this weekend, partaking in the culture of Selma, the 1965 voting rights march. So now I'm here to pay respect to the Honorable Dr. King, and then I'm going to go on over and pay respect to the Honorable Bishop Henry McNeil Turner, one of the grandfathers of Pan-Africanism, who's also buried here in Atlanta, okay? I'm hurt for my brothers in the prison, y'all. They were looking forward to me. I don't think y'all understand. We planned this visit months ago. Once he knew I was coming down here, when I was coming to...
I don't think he understands when you say things like this in videos that evidence can and will be used against you in the court of law.
See my brother Stanley get married. Okay, shout out to him and his queen. Looking forward to the wedding tomorrow. The brother reached out, said they want you in Fulton County. The brother's been asking for you. Y'all know I speak in prisons all across the world. But this is what I'm going to have to start doing because of the level of hate and envy and jealousy that exists. I can no longer advertise when I'm going to go speak at the prisons because if I would have never advertised it, I don't think this would.
And yet he still gives out places he's going on these dumb tours where he's talking about, I see you in Washington. HBCU, I see you. Philadelphia, I'll see you. Phoenix, I'll see you. Ghana, I'll see you. The Bahamas, I'll see you. Sesame Street, I'll see you. I mean, it never ends.
What happened? In fact, I was speaking with my cousin Dion when we were in Seattle yesterday with Judge Joe Brown and Brother Andre and Brother Reza. He was telling me I need to get off social network. He said, get off social network, brother. Your platform is too large. You got millions of followers. You just need to, set up your own social network. So that's what I'm working on now. Because too many of y'all believe in glamorizing and glorifying ignorance. Even those of y'all who consider yourselves my supporters, y'all will share negativity. Y'all send it to me. Y'all think it's funny. Y'all ask me to respond to that filth. Why do I need to respond to someone who's lower than me? Why do I need to respond to somebody who ain't doing no work? Why do I need to respond to?
And yeah, he's not only responding, he's sending out veil threats.
Someone who ain't building no institutions. Why do I need to respond to someone who just sits up on YouTube talking black talk to make some money? I don't have to respond to that. And you're not a supporter if you even bother me with that nonsense. But to my brothers in Fulton County Prison, I'm sorry. To my brothers in Fulton County Jail, I am very, very sorry. I apologize, brothers. Keep it calm. I want y'all to stay calm, stay peaceful. And we're trying to work it out. We might got to call up on the mayor. Maybe we got to call the mayor's office. Any of y'all out there in Atlanta, if you got connections in Atlanta, use your connections. If you got to connect.
The mayor said, no, thanks. We don't have time for your nonsense. And you can return to wherever you came from with your buffoonery. You're literally threatening for someone to have a young lady shut down permanently while you sit outside the memorial for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Kick rocks, Umar.
To the mayor, you got to connect to some city council. You got to connect to your state reps, your U.S. reps, your state senators, your U.S. senators. Tell them to get at me. I want to still get to that prison. I'm in Atlanta till Monday. I want to still get to the prison. I got the wedding tomorrow. But Sunday before the lecture, I can come. Monday before I fly out, I can come. Let's make this happen. Those brothers were looking forwed to me. They don't need to be disappointed no more. They've been disappointed enough. They don't need to be disappointed no more. They've been disappointed enough, brothers and sisters. We got to do something about this.
So
We got to
3
do something
times
about
for
this. It's
me. I
not right.
can't
We got to
take it.
stop hating on each other. This envy, this sabotage. Why would you stop me? Why would you stop me?
Because you're a con artist. You're a con artist. You're a scammer. You're sitting here lying about a school. You haven't opened it. It will never open. You've taken over at least $1.67 million in the last 5 years, according to the bullshit tax documents you submitted that has 0 expenses on it. And then you won't stop lying. And now you're sitting here trying to give out people's addresses, have them doxxed and harmed, and not care about what happens to them. That's not how the hell we do here in the United States of America as a civilized society. And yet you're perpetuating the bullshit. The audacity to sit here and to say that a young lady should be shut down permanently because of reasons. You don't have to like what she's saying, but if you so-called believe to be above it, then don't respond to it at all. Why do this video?
From going to motivate brothers when that's what I do for a living. I'm a doctor of
throws
clinical
out a
psychology.
bunch
This
of
is what I do.
words and rhetoric.
Therapist over 20 years. This is what I do. Why would you stop that?
I'm sorry. Does he have a license to practice therapy? Where's the licensure you have as a therapist? He just said he's a therapist. Anyone catch that? Because, you keep talking about degrees you have. I'm just going to keep looking for dissertations. But I'm confused that you saying you're a therapist. Where's your license?
I'm a doctor of clinical psychology. This is what I do. Therapist over 20 years. This is what I do.
He said he's a doctor. What the hell? So he just said he's a doctor and a therapist. Both would require a license and a certificate to practice. He didn't say I have a doctorate. He said I am a doctor of psychology. What? You're not a doctor. I'm still waiting on the transcript and proof that he actually graduated from the school, because I'm entitled to my opinion on that, and having read that dissertation that I helped to obtain. It's at the end of the day, there's no way after reading that garbage dissertation that he did well in his classes and actually graduated on honor roll or something, or on the dean's list. That dissertation was garbage. The advisors that passed that nonsense should be ashamed of themselves. That's the biggest con to me, is getting a whole doctorate degree out of PCOM. And the money you continue to take, and you don't want to show any financials to show how the money is being spent. But you'll lie about an account being frozen. You see why no one wants to be affiliated with you, you clown?
Motivate brothers when that's what I do for a living. I'm a doctor of clinical psychology. This is what I do.
See that? Doctor of clinical psychology. You didn't say I have a doctorate degree.
Motivate brothers when that's what I do for a living.
There's a difference.
I'm a doctor of clinical psychology. This is what I do. Therapist over 20 years. This is what I do.
Therapist. Where's the license for that? You have to have a license to be a therapist. Just because you have a degree does not mean that you get to practice in the field of psychology. You need a license to practice. Being a therapist or a psychologist, you need a license to do that. Not just a degree. I can go get a medical degree all day. I can't go into a hospital, though, and say, I am a doctor and practice medicine, because I would need to then go and get board certified and licensed to practice medicine, to treat patients. You don't have a license to do that. There's a difference. Is it the definition of terms that he doesn't understand? I would hate to have to look up the definition of the word degree versus license. I just, oh God. Oh man, this is melting brain cells. He is the worst. What a clown. Are you done with your show, drama queen? Are you done with the show? You just said you were a therapist. No license. Are you done, you drama queen? No? Thinking about it? Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Y'all, he's just sitting there looking like an ape. A whole monkey. trying to figure out how to peel a banana.
This
Yeah,
could
okay, that
actually
was
be
it.
me answering questions about
Oh man, this thing always does that to me. It skips to my next video, but let me tell you all something. Oh Lord, I just never in my life that I have I ever witnessed someone like him. Just the sheer buffoonery of it all, and people fall for this. People fall for this stuff. I just, so I want to show you all this information here. This is I just researched this information um online. It's a Google search. Intent to stalk. All right. So intent to stalk, and you guys can just Google this, but you can also check out Cornell University, Legal Clarity, Legal Institute, Information Institute, and that's what the Cornell, this law.cornell.edu. So it's kind of like my go-to. But I think the information here, it gives you the links on, the websites you can click on where it's drawing the information from. If you want to go to specific sites, so you guys can see there, Legal Match, Eisner Gorn LLP, that's a law firm. So I'm just going to read this information here because it kind of sums it up pretty nicely for me. Intent to stalk refers to the deliberate and purposeful intention to cause fear, distress, or harm to another person. Under federal law, that is national, federal law, particularly 18 USC, and that's the United States Code, 2261, A is an apple, individuals can face serious consequences for stalking, especially when such actions cross state lines. Look at this, cross state lines or involve electronic communications. Guess whose purview that will fall under if this were to be reported? When you're talking about crossing state lines or it's involving electronic communications, because the electronic communications cannot definitively be confined to one location or one state, that would fall under the purview of the FBI. They would have jurisdiction over that complaint, over that matter. So it will be on them to investigate it because it's considered interstate, right? So you can't pinpoint what state would have jurisdiction over it. So it would rise up to being considered a federal matter, which the FBI would then handle and investigate from there. So you guys see it right here. Cross state lines or involve electronic communications. It is under federal law where you can face these consequences. Federal stalking is engaging in conduct with the intent to kill, injure, harass, or intimidate another person, which can lead to criminal charges. Kill, injure, harass, or intimidate another person. You understand? Cyber stalking. This includes stalking behavior through the internet, mail, or electronic communications, which can also be charged as a federal offense. A federal offense. Evidence and intent. To establish intent, prosecutors often rely on communication records, witness testimonies, and digital footprints. Something I have been saying on my channel for many, many months when it comes to cyber stalkers from another little cult that think that they're smart. You're leaving digital footprints everywhere. When you're following people around different channels trying to see who's commenting in their comment section, you're leaving digital footprints. And the digital footprints can be used to demonstrate a pattern of harassment. Why do you think I always say that? Now you guys can see, you can't make this up, and I do know the law. This is crazy here. Digital footprints to the cult members of Umar Johnson, Prince of Pancrust Pizza. So if you got videos, comments, text messages, emails, and you're sitting here leaving digital footprints on the internet, especially on social media platforms, where just because you think you're deleting something does not mean that it's not stored to a server. That's because, it could be retrieved. Does not mean that you're not going to get away with it. You're not going to get away with it. So Understanding intent is crucial for both victims and defendants in legal proceedings related to stalking. Giving away someone's address, that screams hit piece. What if something would have actually happened to that man with his family, his wife, his children? Because you got sycophants that are probably willing to do any and everything without a care in the world, all because of some blind loyalty. And it's like he delights in that. He doesn't care about the consequences of that. He doesn't care how that could backfire on him. But that's this is who you're dealing with here. You're dealing with someone that is incredibly dangerous, who refuses to show signs of life with his mother, doesn't even want her to see her own children. There's 7 of them. And then he gets on social media and lies, and then hides from either the police trying to do a wellness check, or he's ducking service from the court because he's a coward. But that's all I have. You guys, make sure you hit the like button. Thank you so much for tuning in. Considering purchasing some products tagged for Dr. Squatch, we do have a partnership with them, with the Lady Luck Club. I do receive a commission from those sales that goes back to the channel and the expenses related to the channel. And make sure you're sharing this content. We're trying to grow to 30,000 supporters by the end of the month. This is information that you guys can use, not just specific to, the Prince of PCP here, but when it applies across any issue or any topic, any other individual, any other fake wannabe cult leaders, this information is still applicable. And it baffles me when I hear people try to intimidate someone because they're seeking legal recourse that they have the constitutional right to do. And your intimidation can also be used against you if you're trying to thwart someone from filing a complaint. But it needs to be done properly. It needs to be done the right way. And if you have any doubt or questions, I encourage research and consulting with an attorney, because I'm not an attorney. I just read information. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hit the like button. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.